There's been much spoken about the progressive nature of the taxation system, and that has been the feature of budgets for some years now. John Swinney, when he was last Finance Secretary, when he stepped in for Kate Forbes, made a slightly different argument at that point. He said the situation was extraordinary. There was an emergency. It was just post-COVID. We were dealing with some real deep financial problems. And he said that required an emergency rise in the tax. Now, I asked at that point, when the emergency is over, does that mean the tax goes back down again? And he was reluctant to plan future budgets, as he put it at the time. But as we've seen, these increases have been embedded into the budget. So it wasn't really an extraordinary emergency situation at that point. It was another means to raise taxation. And then Humza Yousaf took over, and all went wild at that point, and he was talking about ever greater progressivity in the tax system, egged on by the Green Party. And that's a valid point of view to have. But the problem is that it broke trust with the public. They didn't really know where the government was going with this progressive taxation. And when you break trust on taxation, it is invidious. It creates real difficulties with people making individual choices about their behaviour. And I'm not talking about leaving the country. I'm talking about individual behavioural changes in terms of how they work, early retirement, going part-time, moving over to corporation status. There's all sorts of different ways. And we've seen there has been an effect of behavioural change.